our top stories, President Bola Tinubu appealed to Nigerians to be patient after the removal of petrol subsidy shows their sacrifice will not be in vain. And more tributes to MKO Abiola's activists. Nigerians throng his residence to pay tributes to the June 12 struggle hero. And out to Nigeria, former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi dies at 86. And in sports, Manchester City return home with their trophy after conquering Europe. Hello and thanks for joining us on TVC News this hour. Today is Nigeria's Democracy Day. And exactly 3 decades ago, Nigerians exercised their franchise in an election that has been described as free and fair before its annulment by the military government. President Bola Tinubu addressed the nation earlier today. In his speech, the president spoke on a number of issues ranging from the June 12 struggle, the removal of fuel subsidy, and the last general election. We have highlights of President Tinubu's Democracy Day speech in this report.
It is his first Democracy Day as President of Nigeria, and President Bola Tinubu has paid tributes to the heroes of democracy and the June 12, 1993 struggle. In his Democracy Day address, President Tinubu acknowledged the selfless contribution and sacrifice of Chief MKO Abiola, who has made it possible for Nigeria to enjoy the democratic system of governance.
We can easily recall the sacrifice and the martyrdom of Chief MKO Abiola, the custodian of the sacred mandate that was so cruelly annulled. He sacrificed his life in unyielding patriotic defense of the ideals of democracy, as symbolized in his choice by his fellow countrymen and women as their duly elected president.
President Tinubu also acknowledged the contribution of well-meaning Nigerians who fought for the liberation of the nation.
We remember Pat Alfred Rewani, one of the heroes of our independence struggle, and Major General Shehu Musaya Adua, retired, who was silenced by the military junta while in pursuit of democracy. They gave their yesterday for the liberty that is ours today. The point is that we must never take this democracy for granted. We must forever jealously guard and protect it like a precious jewel.
With the recent developments following the removal of petrol subsidy, President Tinubu appealed to Nigerians to be patient at this time, while promising a better Nigeria for all citizens.
In my inauguration address on May 29, I gave effect to the decision taken by my predecessor in office to remove the fuel subsidy. I admit the decision will impose extra burden on the masses of our people. I feel your pain. This is one decision we must bear to save our country from going under and take our resources away from the stranglehold of a few unpatriotic elements. For your trust and belief in us, I assure you that your sacrifice shall not be in vain.
On the just concluded election, the president acknowledged the rights of opponents to seek redress in court, after which he advised that they accept defeat.
Those who cannot endure and accept the pains of defeat in elections do not deserve the joy of victory when it is their turn to triumph. Above all, those who disagree with the outcome of the elections are taking full advantage of the constitutional provisions to seek redress in court, that is, one of the reasons why democracy is the best form of government invented by man.
President TINUBU also challenged newly elected leaders to recommit themselves to offering selfless service to Nigerians.
In particular, those of us who have been privileged to elect into public office at various levels in both the executive and legislative arms of government must recommit ourselves to offering selfless service to the people and delivering concrete democracy dividend in accordance with our electoral promises.
President TINUBU is optimistic Nigeria will exist and wax stronger and stronger, with generations remembering the essence of the sacrifices made by the heroes of the June 12 struggle.
May God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And due to the current realities in the country, the federal government has decided on a low-key celebration at the presidential villa. In a brief and colorful ceremony, President Bola Tinubu inspected the guards of honor. In attendance at the special ceremony organized by the Presidential Guards Brigade, as service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, President of the 9th Senate, Speaker of the 9th House of Representatives, Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC National Secretary, former Vice President to the winner of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, Babagana Kingibe, and other top government officials. And correspondent Femi Akande joins us from Abuja for more on this. Femi, let me start by saying Happy Democracy Day to you. Talk to us about this particular event, because the federal government had earlier stated that, look, they were going to have this particular celebration was going to be low-key, and did stay with that word. So talk to us about this particular event.
Yes, Precious, the federal government maintained the low-key for the celebration of Democracy Day, June 12, here in Abuja. You know, what happened here at the forecourt of the presidential villa was a purely military event. It was a parade put up by the Presidential Guards Brigade to celebrate democracy and also to honor their special guest, President Bola Tinubu. When he came in, he first received salute from the quarter guard before he was ushered into the forecourt by the bagpipers, and then he took the stand to again take salute from the commander of the Guards Brigade before he went to his seat and just sat back and enjoyed the whole military show here, the march past, the cultural display by a troupe that came to perform here in the presidential villa. You know, all of this again also shows the synergy and collaboration between the military and civilians. It also shows that indeed the military have come to accept democracy as a system of government in Nigeria. They have also taken the back seat and also accepted and they now acknowledge their role to just defend the country against external aggression and also the territorial integrity of the country. We had special guests come to the presidential villa to attend this event. Well, notable among them is the vice president to the winner of the 1993 June 12, 1993 presidential election, Ambassador Babagana Kingibe. He was here in the presidential villa. You know, we spoke to him and I asked him what kind of a nostalgia does this celebration evoke for him. You know, he said, well, it's usually a bittersweet experience when he casts his mind back to the June 12 experience. You know, they emerged winner of that election that is adjudged as the most free and fair election in Nigeria's history. And, you know, eventually that election was annulled. They struggled to regain the mandate. Along the line, the winner of that election, Chief M.K. Abiola, died in the process. He paid the ultimate price. But he says, looking forward, what Nigerians should note is that democracy has come to stay as a form of government, and the government should begin to strengthen institutions that will deepen democratic governance. Elections are beginning to improve after each cycle, and he also said that the 2023 general election was a great improvement from previous elections conducted in Nigeria's democratic history. President Bola TINUBU also said that in his speech, and he said, well, he's glad that people who lost out or who are aggrieved with the outcome of the election are already in court exercising their constitutional right to challenge that election. And it's left for the courts to decide. But one thing is certain, and that is what everybody says is paramount. Democratic governance has come to stay in Nigeria. Precious.
Thank you so much, Femi. And quite interesting that, to have Baba Gana Kingibe there, very significant, especially because today we're talking about the heroes of democracy. Along with Abiola, one will remember him, and even the president, who also was part of that struggle. Thank you, Femi, for that update. Correspondent Femi Akande live for us there in Abuja.